आमच्या भविष्या खातीर ते बलिदान दितात. आम्ही मजेत घरात असतात ते त्रासांची येतात. सीमेर उबे राहून देगीत तुमकां फक्त देशाचीच काळजी. तुमकां आमचा मानाचा मुजरो सलाम फौजी, सलाम फौजी. तुमकां आमचा मानाचा मुजरो सलाम फौजी, सलाम फौजी.
जय हिंद व्ह्युअर्स अँड वेलकम टू माय शो सलाम फौजी. तुमकां खबरच आसा हो आमचो शो इज टू क्रिएट एन अवेरनेस अबाउट आर्म फोर्सीस अँड टू मोटिवेट यंग बॉयज अँड गर्ल्स फ्रॉम गोवा टू जॉइन द आर्म फोर्सीस. आमी तुमकां अशेच वेगवेगळे अधिकारी हाडटात आनी तुमकां वेगवेगळी म्हायती करून दितात. आज आमचो गेस्ट आसा तो एक स्पेशल आमचो गेस्ट आसा हू स्टार्टेड हीज जर्नी एज अ एअरमॅन sergeant in the Air Force and rose up to the level of IAS officer of Arunachal, Mizoram, Goa and Union Territories cadre. So we are really proud of him. आमकां खूब अभिमान दिसता की from a soldier to IAS officer he has climbed up the ladder. आणि एअर फोर्सान म्हणटात एअर फोर्साचे the motto is touch the sky with glory and he has really touched the sky with glory. Welcome to our show Arun Desai Sahib, IAS Cadre. Sahib, welcome to the show. आणि बरें दिसलें खूब जाणांक खबर नासतली की तुमी यू कम फ्रॉम द एअर फोर्स, यू हॅव अ बॅकग्रावंड ऑफ इंडियन एअर फोर्स, आर्मीचो बॅकग्रावंड आसा म्हणून. पूण मुद्दम लोकांक कळचे खातीर की लोकांक मोटिवेट करचे खातीर आमकां दिसलें की तुमकां हे शोन हाडून लोकांक तुमकां इंट्रोड्यूस करचें. वॉट मोटिवेटेड यू टू जॉइन द इंडियन एअर फोर्स?
See, it was more of circumstances and opportunity. Circumstances I say because I am from an agricultural background. My father was actually an agriculturist and he has bought land on lease from Alsa Devasthan and he was looking after 6 siblings. All of a sudden in 78 every single banana crop was destroyed and we were in a devastating situation. My elder brother was in final year MBBS, so it was a toss between him and me who should now start earning. And having seen the situation and circumstances, I have decided that let me join. And another this one was, it was for the first time that Indian Air Force selection board has come to Goa, and then 4 of us were selected along with me.
Recruitment rally was?
Yes, it was a recruitment rally by Air Force. Yeah.
What was where was your basic training like?
Basic training was at 5 GTS, 5 ground training school in electrical stream, and now it has been called as E&ITI, Electronics and Technical Instrument Institute. So there it was first initially 6 months basic training and then 9 months advanced training in electrical wing of the Air Force.
पूण सिलेक्शनाक तुका रनिंग बिनिंग जाय आसता म्हणजे तुमी तुमचे बेजीक तुमी तयारी प्रिपेरेशन केल्लें म्हणटात?
I had maintained my this one health, or rather I would say since childhood I am working, means now for almost 60 years. You will be surprised to know that I am working in agriculture. I have that passion. So I was quite healthy at that time and I have completed all the tests, that physical tests that were supposed to be undergone.
I was after your basic training and passing out parade, where were you posted first?
My first posting was at Gwalior, and surprisingly it was an army posting, 26th Air Observation Point, because immediately after training we were sent for further training in Aleut 3 helicopter, that is Chetak and Chita helicopters. Wow. And then I was posted in Gwalior. My first posting was in Gwalior. And army, there is to be lot of actually the disaster management was not that equipped at relevant time. So always it is to be a call from army, helicopters particularly for any flood and such eventualities.
Army aviation.
Army aviation. This is Army aviation wing. They were with helicopters, Chetak and Chita helicopters. Maintenance was again done by Air Force staff. So we had a senior technical officer, STO, from Air Force, a team of technicians from Air Force, and only the flying pilots were from Army.
What was the nature of your work like?
A routine was a VIP movement was there in remote areas from this one. And second thing was casualty evacuation in case of any accidents or floods or any eventuality.
How has the military life has shaped your life?
I think though I was disciplined, I think the standard of discipline has increased. And when we say discipline, we say only of our behavior. But I think there is beyond that also something where you have to think disciplinary. And you have to act discipline. So ते आचार आणि विचार जे पळय विचाराचे जे पळय कितें अनुशासन आतां जाय पडटा.
Even time management and
Absolutely. And you are on toss 24/7. It is not a 9 to 5 job. It is 24/7. Like I would explain you that when I was further done my advanced training again in Jalalli, I was sent for MiG-21 training. Okay, and then in Pune, I did 4 months training and I was posted at Suratgarh. Now there is a border station, and there something called ORP is there. Operational Readiness Points means 2 aircrafts are always ready, fully loaded with the weapons. That duty starts at 4:45 in the morning. Okay, 4:45 till 7 o'clock in the evening. Again, when there is a night flying, you have to continue up to 1:30, 2 o'clock, 2:30. So it's always 24/7 duty we say.
actually sergeant is the backbone of the Air Force or any other organization. Army main दुआ कसं असतं. So from airman to sergeant, what was your experience like?
It's actually the responsibility increases. I would say he is a middle order batsman, liaising between the officer or the seniors and the juniors. Yeah, so quite responsible that way. And means you have to work also, you have to supervise also. So it's a dual responsibility position.
An instructor also.
Yeah, an instructor also.
Describe the work you handled in the Air Force, sir.
Initially it was Chetak and Chita helicopter, and I am proud to say that probably I was very few amongst them who used to explain that starting circuit of elude, because that was the major problem sometimes we face wherever we go out station. But I knew component wise what happens when you press the button till it starts. So because see, it all depends whom you meet at the first instant. And I met Mr. Kamesh when I was posted there. And Kamesh told me, Arun bhai, you learn your job 100% and then you will never have a feel of defense in Air Force. And I did that. So right from the beginning working on elude, then working on MiG-21, then an interesting phase came actually in my life to work with Wing Commander Rakesh Sharma, who was our first astronaut. Yeah, so he was heading our team and we were doing a modification of fitting French missiles on a Russian aircraft, that is MiG-21. And for almost 6 years I was working under him.
I think 2 were selected that time, but Rakesh Sharma was finally, yeah.
And I would like to quote here one incident that had happened one day. The aircraft has got some instrument called ROCI. It is very clearly indicates rate of climbing instrument. It says with what speed the aircraft is climbing. Also it shows when it is diving, at what speed it is diving. So ROCI, it has got 2 connections, and by misfortune that day it was done reverse. So when the aircraft was climbing, it was showing that it is going down, And when it was going down, it was showing as climbing. And at one point, when Rakesh Sharma was flying over this one, he could physically notice that the hillocks are approaching him, whereas the ROCI reads that he is climbing. He came down, landed, and if any other pilot would have been there, he would have not spoken anything, but would have pasted the instrument fitter like anything, because it was question of life and death. He came out from the ladder, he got down, he asked, oh, instrument wala kidhar hai? Okay. And one Mr. Mandal was there. He came. He coolly said, your ROCI is reading ulta. That's it. I said, what sort of patience it is? Huh? What sort of patience? So like that, we had lot of incidences in Air Force, wherein I've learned lot.
I'm surprised you met Rakesh Sharma, because lhan asthana आम्ही पळयताले ताजे.
Thorough gentleman, I would tell you, thorough gentleman, and it's fortunate enough that for 6 years.
Now, आता generation चडशे ताजी खबर आसना, but he was the first and only
astronaut, and the only astronaut. Yeah.
Please discuss challenges you faced in the Air Force.
सगळ्यात पहिलो म्हणजे it was first time, rather, I was away from my family. And my first love always was agriculture.
हे गोंयकारांक केन्नाच जायना, रुचना कित्याक गोंयचे परस पयस वचप.
Now, it was not a question of food and all that, because I am accustomed to all sort of this one. But staying away from family for such a long time. But then, of course, they have systematically planned it with 6 months initial training. Then it comes 9 months. Then again you get 7-8 days time to come home. Then report to the unit and all those things. But homesickness is one of the, I would say, prime this one that you face. And then you are also the idea that you are away. Like my first posting, I was almost 1,200 kilometers away from my hometown. So you can't reach home, at least at that time in 79, unless you travel 24 hours or 48 hours like that. When I was in Rajasthan, it was again 2,600 kilometers away from my hometown. So that distance itself, makes you a little homesick. But I had a very systematic way of thinking, When I used to sit in train to come home, I used to close that compartment of Air Force and start thinking of home. Again, the moment I reached guard room, back from leave, home, this one compartment you close. So that way I could overcome that. Other challenges are the working hours, as I said. It's you never know when you will get the call. So always you should be alert. Absolutely.
कितली वर्षं गेली सर Air Force?
15 years.
15 years is a long time.
Yes, but that was the minimum time for a pension.
Minimum.
So
you get all the benefits.
Yeah, you get the pensionary benefits.
Coming back from the Air Force, how was it like, from the Air Force to civil life?
I would like to touch upon another important aspect, which at least concerning me. I joined Air Force as 12th pass. And I came out of Air Force when I was discharged. I had a qualification of BA Public Admin.
Wow.
LLB, okay, LLM.
So that is the importance of the forces.
For me, it's an career building platform, I would say. And everything by taking permission, nothing clandestinely. So
it is not a career, it is a way of life.
It's a way of life.
So you can self-development.
Self-development you can do, and you can improve upon your qualification. There is no restriction. So from 12th to PG, I think it's a quite big achievement.
Yes, sir. After retirement and coming back in the, from the discipline life to civil life, how was it like?
You get a lot of disturbance. You get disturbed actually for some days, because there it's all complete different. So, but I think as I was almost for 8 years I was in Nasik, so every 3 months I used to come. So I had that taste of civil life also. So, but otherwise if somebody comes all of a sudden after 2-3 years and all, it is equally difficult to manage the things. You get irritated. But then I used to remember always Rakesh Sharma. Okay, for such a blunder, if he could excuse, then why I should be bothered about these small changes? Have patience. And I have it to the core. Yeah.
So you opted as a second option as a civil servant in Goa, civil services, and rose up to the position of IAS. How do you feel this?
I think every single opportunity that knocked the door, I think I had taken chance of it, and that's how I could reach. And I would like to say chance helps to only those who are well prepared.
And who help themselves.
Yeah. And very first thing is you should have, I think, confidence in you that yes, you can do it. Okay. And for which, like when I was appearing my first GPSC exam, because for a short instinct in between, for 4 months I was in Dubai also. And then I came back, joined Customs and Central Excise for about 10 months. And while doing that, I opted for GPSC exam for Mamledar. So like for example in Mamledar when there were 9 posts, I said I must be in first 3. Because there were a lot of things going on. People were saying this is happening, corruption is there, this is there. I said at least 1/3 of them will be genuinely selected on merit. So I should be in first 3. And that had happened. Again when civil service exam came, there were 15 posts and I was saying that I should be.
Before junior scale you did Mamledar also?
Yeah, I was in Mamledar.
I was not aware about that.
Yeah, I was in Mamledar also. So 96 it was Mamledar and executive magistrate or civil supply inspector. I qualified for that, joined in 96, February 96, and in 98 January I qualified for GPSC civil service.
And junior scale?
Junior scale. Now you had asked another question, let me tell you, why civil service as compared to, because police also was qualified, I had qualified, means it was common.
Yeah, it was common, yeah.
Yeah, it was common. And I was asked this question in GPSC also. And I told them, number one, I already had an experience of 15 years of uniform, wherein I understood that if you have to be boss, you have to be in civil, number one. And number two, I had already completed that quota, no? Yeah. So, and there is to be lot of this one, court cases, litigations regarding the seniority, juniority of police forces as compared to civil.
Working as a civil servant, how did defense life influence you?
Too much. Particularly for while working as a MD Kadamba, I had implemented this one called Kadamba Parivar. Okay, we do have something like AFWA, that means Air Force Wives Association, wherein the family gets involved in the working, not directly working, but along with all the members, the families also are made a party to it. And we did that exercise and the results were excellent. We came into operational profit. म्हणजे आमी कितें जे पळय सर्विसीस दिता स्कुलांक आनी हांकां त्यो सोडून जर आमी हें पळयलें आसत जाल्यार कमर्शियली इट वॉज अ वायबल प्रपोजल वीच नेवर हॅपन बिटवीन अर्निंग पर किलोमिटर आनी एक्सपेंडिचर पर किलोमिटर हाचें डिस्टन्स ₹1.15 आशिल्लें तेन्ना. सो ते ₹1.15 कित्याक आशिल्ले तर आमी सोशल कमिटमेंट करताले. थोड्या गांवांनी सर्विसीस आमी चलयता बिकॉज ते बस ना, थंय आमी ते प्रॉफीट आनी हें पळोवंक शकना. आनी म्हाका सांगपाक हांगासर तुमकां खूब आनंद जाता की तो म्हजो जो पळय कदंबाचो कितें परफॉर्मन्स आशिल्लो दॅट वॉज टेकन केअर ऑफ बाय एअरफोर्स एसोसिएशनान तेची जाण घेतली. आनी म्हाका 2004-05 एअरफोर्स असोसिएशन न्यू दिल्लीन अचिवमेंट्स पोस्ट रिटायरमेंट फ्रॉम फोर्सीस इन सिवील लायफ ह्या कॅटेगरी अंडर म्हाका लायफ टायम अचिवर अवॉर्ड दिल्लो. आनी हांव तो लायफ टायम अचिवर अवॉर्ड म्हाका कित्याक म्हणजे हें जालो की बाकीचे 2 जाण जे पळय सिलेक्ट ऑल इंडिया देर वर 3 पीपल सिलेक्टेड. वन कमिशनाचो एक मनीस आशिल्लो फ्रॉम केरळा हू रिटायर्ड फ्रॉम एअरफोर्स इन 1955 4 years before my birth. Second person has left service in 1969, 3 years prior to my joining Air Force. कळ्ळें न्ही. I was 75 joining my Air Force. अशा दोन व्हडल्या मनशां वांगडा I was just at 45, कळ्ळें न्ही, and was awarded with that lifetime achiever award.
आनी तुमकां गोंयांनी कितें मेळ्ळें?
Rajya Sainik Board also has commended me one day for my contribution to the civil life at Raj Bhavan.
Are you the first officer? Are you the first officer from the ranks to reach up to the position of IAS?
No. There are lot many people. Lot of my colleagues also I know they have reached the position of not only IAS, even High Court judges, district judges, High Court judges. There are number of people. All those who who take Indian Air Force as a career building platform have reached that position.
Under Agmod cadre, apart from Goa, where did you serve? And how was your experience working in that part of the country?
I had
म्हणजे तुमकां ऑल इंडिया सर्विसेसचे एक्सपिरियन्स?
Yeah, I was posted to Pondicherry, Union Territory, Pondicherry, and I stayed there for around 2.5 years, and then I took VRS. I would say my experience as far as administration is concerned, it was excellent. Excellent means the respect that a civil servant gets in Pondicherry particularly. No politicians calls you below sir. Okay, one thing.
Even politicians, yeah.
All politicians, including your CM. And the best quality that I liked of then CM, Mr. Narayan Swamy, was if he's late by 5 minutes, he will start with a sentence, I'm sorry, I'm late by 5 minutes. So we respect the time of others also. And even staff, working staff was really excellent there. I was handling almost 7 departments, 7 major departments like education. And education there is something like 10 times of Goa's education, because they have 7 medical colleges, 19 engineering colleges, and 46 professional other colleges, plus schools. And there is to be KG to PG under this one, Secretary Education, then Secretary Transport, Secretary Industries, so lot many, then ports. It was really wonderful. But we had an unfortunate political situation at relevant time, wherein His Excellency Governor and Honorable CM had some tussle, and people of Pondicherry have suffered. I was not directly victim of any this one, because I had best relationship with both of them at personal level. Even today we speak. But I felt very bad for people of Pondicherry, because they have lost beach just in front of the Secretariat building, which was around 50 meters by 1.5 kilometer during tsunami. And when I landed there, the tender was at final stage.
You were there during tsunami?
No, I was not there. So the tender was at final stage and it was to be awarded, but there was a change of government, change in governor, and it took a different this one only, that Dredging Corporation of India would do it. They brought a new dredger. Unfortunately, it didn't work, and my dream of restoring the Pondicherry beach could not succeed.
It would have been nice.
Yes, absolutely nice.
म्हाका सांग, गोंयचे आनी पोंडिचेरी हाजे what is the difference between working here and working there?
See, every place has its shortcomings and advantages. Okay, number one, the way you could communicate with general public in Goa, it was not possible. Okay, because of language barrier. Number one. Same thing is to come with maybe at 40 to 50% with the staff also. The communication was not that effective. Second thing, as far as working is concerned, I think we have a Portuguese legacy, they have a French legacy. So that way people is to respect. गोंयानय तशें आसता आनी हांगाय आसा. फक्त proximity to politician is little more in Goa as compared to Pondicherry.
तुम्ही गोंयांत बरी important department, you are director of transport also.
Yes.
So as working as director of transport, what were your experience like?
If you ask me my achievement as such, तुमच्या माहिती खातीर सांगता, because this is not highlighted anywhere because I don't have that habit of blowing my trumpet. But I took as a director of transport in 2011 and left it in 2015 August. When I joined, the deaths on road accident deaths आशिल्ले ते 327 आशिल्ले. And I am happy to share with you, जे दीस हांवें हे डिपार्टमेंट सोडलें, it was reduced to 264. Every year descending figure. कळ्ळें न्ही, from 327 to 264. And this was in spite of the fact that every year 70,000 गाडयो add जाताल्यो. So I think road safety we could do little very effective work in road safety. To mention certain things, that we took road safety from bus stands to college halls, higher secondary, because they were the people who were more affected. तुमकां खबर आसतलें, even आज परत सेम कंडिशन चल्ल्या. या
म्हणून म्हणटा हांव तुमच्या सारकिले मनीस आमकां जाय म्हणून, डिफेन्स बॅकग्राऊंड who can work wonders and do something concrete for the state of Goa. Sir, how would you motivate our Goan young boys and girls to join the armed forces?
My first advice to them will be, actually have confidence in you. आजच्या भुरगे पळयता न्ही, तितले कॉन्फिडंट, इवन इन वॉक and talk, you don't feel them, they are confident. So have confidence in you. दुसरी गोष्ट, एक विवेकानंदाचे बारीकशी गजाल आसा जी सगळ्यांक म्हणजे हें जाता, की हीच आमची प्रार्थना आनी हेच आमचे मागणे, माणसाने माणसाशी माणसा सम वागणे. कळ्ळें न्ही. सो रिस्पेक्ट अँड रिस्पेक्ट एज. If one thing that I am following right from my birth is to respect age, because nobody knows where he will take birth, nobody knows what he will become. Okay, but for age you must have a respect. So try to give respect to elders, particularly to your parents, because your parents will never think bad about you. You may feel bad about it, what they are telling, because they are telling to make you a little disciplined, to take interest in education and all those things, but it is for your welfare. So please respect your parents and all elderlies in your family. Third thing is that there is no substitute for hard work. And as I said earlier, luck will help to only those who are well prepared. So be prepared to face the challenges, and don't believe on that Google, because what it gives you is just information. It's not knowledge. But unfortunately, we misbelieve that it's knowledge. So please, Shiv Khera has put it very nicely, and I would like to quote it. We are drowning in the sea, in the ocean of information, and starving for knowledge. So that's what it is. So don't rely on me. And please, in a day, follow a particular hour rest list. Means you start with that 1 hour without mobile, and slowly increase it, and come to maybe weekly 1 day no mobile, because that is going to only harm you. That's what is my gut feeling.
बरें दिसलें सर, तुमी आमच्या शोन आयले. Thank you very much. It was nice having you on our show.
No, it was also pleasure to be with Prime and Mr. You particularly. Okay, because since long that we never met also, and we were at a time working together in the forces. But I thank Prime TV and your good self for calling me here for this. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. आनी तुमकां अशेंच आमी आनीकय अधिकारी हाडटले आनी तुमकां बरी बरी म्हायती करून दितले. सलाम फौजी.
आमच्या भविष्या खातीर ते बलिदान दितात. आम्ही मजेत घरात असतात त्या त्रासांची